Welcome to episode 4 of the Investor Club podcast. I'm Alex, and today I want to start with something that hooked me recently. I had this conversation recently with a potential client. She wanted to invest in Dubai and said she's looking for a one bedroom. So I checked what's available in her budget and found a few solid studio options. No interest payment plan, flexible installments, good developer, and overall a very comfortable entry level investment. When I sent her the details, she replied, "Well, I wasn't looking for a studio. I'd rather wait for the next 6 months and go for a one bedroom. Or, if you have any now in this range, let me know." And that's where it hit me again. She's not wrong. We all want what feels ideal: the right size, the right view, the right timing. But the market doesn't wait for that picture in our head. It moves. What was possible 2 years ago in that price range isn't anymore. And what's possible now might not exist 6 months from today. Most people don't lose money because they buy the wrong thing. They lose because they never take the first step. When someone says, "I'll wait 6 months," it sounds harmless. But 6 months in a growing market changes everything: prices, inventory, entry points. If you're waiting for the perfect moment, you're giving the market time to move without you. It's not about studios versus one bedrooms. It's about starting versus stalling. When you make a move, you're in the system. You own something banks recognize as an asset. Once that happens, the conversation changes. You're not watching anymore. You're inside. And that's when financing the next one becomes real. That's how investors grow. Not through one perfect deal, but through consistent early ones. People say they're still researching. Usually, that means they're scared. And I get it. Everyone wants to be sure before they invest. But here's the truth: certainty doesn't exist in investing at all. Not in real estate, not in business, not anywhere growth is involved. There's always something you can't control: the market, the timeline, even yourself. The only thing predictable is what happens if you do nothing. Nothing changes. Every investor who grows accepts that. They don't wait to know everything. They learn while moving. That first step, even a small one, opens the next door. It gives you something real to work with. And once you've acted, everything gets clearer. You don't need to buy your dream property first. You just need to start with something that works. And I'll be honest, I've missed my share of chances before. There were times I didn't have enough spare cash to go for things I knew made sense. I told myself maybe later. Then I watched those same ideas play out exactly how I expected, just without me in them. That feeling stays with you. Starting small isn't about settling, it's about building. That first investment, whether it's property, a side business, or anything real, teaches you how things actually work. You learn the process, the people, the timing, the flow of money. And that experience compounds. 2 or 3 years later, that one decision often funds the next one. Not because it was perfect, but because it existed. Confidence doesn't come before the first step. It comes because of it. The moment you commit money, time, or effort, you start seeing how things really work. You stop guessing. You start noticing patterns: how deals move, how people behave, how results feel when they're yours. It stops being theory. It becomes experience. And that's when your thinking changes from "what if I lose" to "all right, how do I do it better next time?" That shift only happens after you've done something real. So back to that client, the one who said she'd wait 6 months. Maybe she will, maybe she won't. But 6 months later, prices won't be the same. Options will be different. And the window to start will have moved again. Most people don't lose because of bad deals. They lose because they never begin. Start small. Learn fast. Build from there. Whether it's real estate, business, or any other investment, the rule is the same: momentum beats perfection. If you want to see real examples and hear stories from people who've already taken that first step, join the Investor Club. Links below. Thanks for listening, and see you in the next episode.